looks like part of the new map update was released. This mostly includes fully updating KC, as well as updating both Southline and Zenith. Come on. Let's go check them out. So as you can see, it looks like the spawner was moved more closer to the map. As you can see, it used to be like more right here-ish, but now it's like more here. I don't even know if you can see my mouse on screen, but I swear I'm like moving my mouse and where it is. So the major update. So let's focus on Southline since we're right near it. Now, as you can see, Southline Yard basically has gotten a major update. Looks way different compared to how it used to. For one, well, there's now a lot of dead open space. Now, before I go to reviewing this, I must state that this yard is temporary. It's not going to be how it is in the final update. This is only part of the update. This is not the official after update. This is only part of it. Just like how Lancaster was a part of the update. I didn't review that because I didn't feel like reviewing the Lancaster map at all. I only felt like doing locomotive updates at the time, so no Lancaster update for me. Plus, you have other people for that. As you can see, we have a hump right here, the new radio tower right here. The tower right here that controls the hump. This leads right into one of the humps right here. And then this area right here is kind of like a main line, where main line trains run through it. Or you can use this as like a storage line or something, which is probably what most people would use this for. We have another big section of the yard that's also controlled by another hump tower, same as before. So this one's a little bit bigger than the other one, which I think it is. I think it's actually equal in same size. Huh. Now we have a new engine shop area. Let's put something in the area. We have a new undercover shed area. If I freak cam inside. That's what it looks like from the inside. See some, it looks like crane beams, some axles. Looks like a car repair shop or something. Like this is where you go to repair broke defective cars. Here's a new engine shed. The previous update now looks like this, and no longer is a track, and some new tracks right here that go right past it. And I guess they transition to another section right here. Picks up with the yard right here. And again, another big dead area of space. I believe Southline Yard should come through right here. Like right here. Like right here would have been most of Southline Yard. It would have been space right around here and continue out the other ways. But yeah. Overall, looks like, yeah, I'm honestly fine with them updating Southline Yard since it's looked mostly the same ever since, oh god, ever since, like, when, like, Southline got the new spawners. It's been like that since the beginning, and it's only been changed a little bit over the years to gain the hump yard, gain new engine shops and everything. Now it's fucking changed a lot. But it kept, like, most of its original, like, design. It kept its original design mostly. Only changed like a little bit of it. It only kept changing a little bit. Now Southline Yard has 2 humps, a new like shed right here, and they reconfigured the whole yard from scratch. Like that. Honestly, I hope they update Southline Yard again because honestly, I feel like this yard looks very clunky and put together. I feel like they could have made it look a little bit more like a traditional hump yard. But overall, I like it. It looks really nice. And nothing over here has changed. I believe everything over here has changed. Nothing has changed. Yep, it's the exact same. By the way, everything east of the diamond, like south of the diamond, nothing changed. Same with Lancaster, nothing changed over there, I don't think. Only this area as well as Zenith and like in case it got updated. I believe in this whole section remains mostly the same. Now if we go to the diamond, you're gonna see what's this? What's this right here? That's right. KC has officially been moved. But in its place where the line used to be, there's now a new spawner. Now I'm kinda now I'm a little bit conflicted on how I like now I'm a little bit conflicted on how I like this change. Now, I don't officially know if I like this change or not. Well, yes, it's nice to get another spawner in the game, because if you don't know, there's actually a new spawner in KC, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, there's a new spawner here, located where KC used to run, where the KC line used to be. Let's just see where we'll split off the single track and continue up north. Now, they are going to eventually remove this diamond. I believe they are going to replace it with a brand new, like, Y, because this, I believe they're actually going to get rid of this area right here. I believe they're just going to get rid of this track right here. And just have, like, it's kind of like Bellevue in a sense. Like, they're going to get rid of, like, this track section right here. They're going to keep the Ys. So I don't think they would get rid of those. And then just replace it with, like, it would be like a junction now, not a diamond. But yeah, there's a new spawn right here. If we continue down here, you can see that nothing here has really changed that much. It still looks quite mostly the same as it was a couple years ago. It's mostly stay the exact same. Now, I don't think this area was updated. It's mostly the same. But if we keep going down here, going to where the street running section is, oh boy, look at that! They updated this area. So no longer is this area a street running section. It has now been ripped up and is now completely different. We have new crossings in their place, 3 new ones, and a row of businesses, so it's like a main street almost. I like this change. It actually looks more realistic, and well, I'm gonna miss the old street running section since it was great for screenshots. I don't know why this crossing right here actually is no crossing gate. Kind of strange. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Anyways, continue down here, new crossings. I believe most of the crossings on this line have been updated with a newer design. Let's see, Zenith Terminal, I believe something changed about this map. Maybe it got tweaked a little bit, I have no idea, but to me it still looks mostly the same. If you can spot a difference with this, then please let me know, because I don't know if there's anything different about it, or if it got updated, but I believe it still mostly is the same as it was when it was last updated. Now, as you can see, most of the areas mostly stay the exact same. I believe there's nothing changed about this area of the map, really. At least to me, it doesn't seem like anything changed. Like Signals, still here. The thing about this area of the map still looks mostly the exact same as it was when it was last updated. Which it hasn't been updated in a while. But if we continue going on here, we go past this tunnel. Oh, excuse me. This tunnel right here. We go past this tunnel right here, to where Trenton Junction used to be. Oh, what's this? Some new area. So you can see some new buildings, you can see some new terrain. There's an overpass right here. Double overpass. And then right here is a little lake area where the tracks go over it. Some new terrain right here. This looks really nice. I like this. Definitely going to be some good screenshot right here. See some new signals. Oh, we continue this way. Let's see some new changes. So the whole area east of KC where it used to be, that area is completely gone now. So you probably can tell now, KC is now connected with Zenith. It doesn't connect up north, and then it's not a big old loop anymore. It's now connected all one line. So Zenith and KC are connected via one whole line. I don't know how I feel about this change. At the same time, I like how they changed it and now there's more use to Zenith now, but But I kind of don't like how they just. I don't know how like I'm gonna feel about that. I don't know how I feel about this change. It's yeah, it might have been for the better to make a Zenith line more usable. But at the same time, I feel like they could have just updated the Zenith area like a lot more to like just like a new change. Put the spawner there and then keep Casey as it is. Maybe like shut off the line and then like build a new area around the Zenith area. I feel like they could have done that, but honestly, what we got here is fine enough as it is. I honestly don't have complaints with this. This is really good. We have a gas station right here, some new crossing designs, which I believe are from Enrail. If I'm not mistaken. We go down right here, we see some more buildings. Now it becomes double tracked. Another crossing right here. Continue going down here. Another crossing, but this one doesn't have crossing gates. I believe that will be changed in the future, though. Continue down here, more new buildings. Continue down here, another crossing right here, which I believe is also taken from Enrail. There's a new crossing that's specifically built for this game. Another gas station. Another set of crossings right here. These ones have very long gates. My voice is dying now. Some more town buildings right here. We now see that we're going along a lake now, or a river, excuse me. Going along a river now. We have another crossing right here, and here we have a new industry in recycling. So I'm assuming this is where trash products will be going to be loaded. I believe this is where gondolas will be taken to. So new industry for gondolas. So on here we see some residential buildings. We're starting to get more towards the city now. These new crossings that are located along the lakeside. Definitely going to be a lot of opportunities to take some screenshots. Lots of opportunities right here to take screenshots. Another crossing right here. We have another crossing right here. This one's a different design. Same design as we've seen a little bit earlier. But this time it's got the longer design crossing arms. Look at this. We have a lot more buildings now. This looks so much. Honestly, I'm proud of how this new KC looks. It looks really nice. It's more residential areas, and you see the move. This is nice and evenly split between the two areas. Very nicely. Here we have a depot / station. Honestly, I don't know why this station has no windows. It looks really weird without no windows. Looks very funny. Anyways, so this is where you can pull your Amtrak trains or someone else new that we'll get to later. If you continue down here, another road crossing, and then right here we have another. You see a split off right here. This is to a new, like, big section of the map. This is where Sandwich Oil Depot is located now. And you can see and there's another oil facility, has reservoirs right here, which is for tankers as well. This is where a lot of tankers will go, probably. A lot of ethanol trains would go now. Or crude oil trains, because it's oil depot. And also Bryce commodities. This is where most of the tanker cars will probably go now. Most of where crude oil trains and ethanol trains will go. So there's two lines that split off right here. Continuing down, and this line eventually just ends right here. Here where the sandwich depot is. It just ends about a few miles away. But if we continue down here, we see some prospects right here. Continue down here. See where the line crosses over the river. A nice little bridge. And then here's where we get to a new area. This is a junction right here. Also has a diamond as well. And we have a first, I believe this is a first, this is a first tower. This is the first signal tower that we have in this game. I think the first and only signal tower we have in this game. Which is really nice. Definitely going to take some W screenshots with this, 100%. Now there's two lines that branch off from this. One, which is this line right here, and one and the line that we're following right now continues down this way. We're going to go this way for right now to see what's down here. So this line splits off. It's like a little industrial line. It goes over the river via this nice little bridge. See, now we have another crossing right here. This is like a little industrial area. So here we have a little KC transfer, which I believe is maybe like a small yard or something, where This is probably like a little like yard right here. Where the cars are dropped off and then we're eventually taken to industries. I don't know. But this line right here, this line goes to an industry right here, which I believe is for boxcars, quarry moving, and then down here we have common recycling, which I believe is for either, which I believe is also for gondolas. And then right here, the yard area ends right here. But then this line curves down this way, over this line, Batman, to an industrial park right here. So if civil lines that split off, right here we have one that splits off to makes packaged goods, which I believe is for boxcars or refrigerators. Could be for reefers or boxcars. But I believe it's most for reefers. Then we have a lumber industry, which for center beams can go, and maybe boxcars. I believe it's mostly for center beams. See a new sign right here. Phil Cord, established 1888. It's pretty nice little detail right there. And this is Ren's Furniture, which is where boxcars will be taken. So yeah, little nice industrial park. Very nice. This is a very nice area. Nice replacement for the little industries we have along KC. That we used to have in KC. Now we go back to here to the I kind of forgot what the name of this junction is, but we'll go back to it when we look at the dispatch area because it got updated. So if we continue this way, we see a little residential area. We get to more of the town, more of the city, and then we have a very nice and big looking depot. Kind of reminds me of the many depots along the East Coast. You know what I mean? Very nice big depots with 2 tracks. Sorry, 2 commuter roads. Wink, wink. There's something. 2 down this way. So we're in more residential areas. Another big crossover here with no crossing arms. 2 down here. The line gains elevation a little bit. We have a little generator station or whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called. We see some more buildings right here. We see some water tanks right here. See where the line crosses over the street. We have this bridge, little overpass bridge. Down here we see a little Y right. We see a little what are these called? I believe they're called crossovers. Crossovers, yeah. Just some crossovers right here, and then here we get into a big new area. This is where the new KC terminal is officially located. It is insanely big. Like, I believe this is probably the biggest intermodal terminal we have in this game. You can see right here we have multiple tracks that's put off. This kind of reminds me of Landers Yard or 47th Street Yard in Chicago. That's how big this yard is. It's got multiple tracks. These 2 tracks right here that serve. You have 2 tracks, and then another set of tracks, and these could be like for normal trains loading, unloading, anyways. So yeah, this area looks very great. So they did say that they were getting rid of Southline Terminal and combining with KC Terminal, and I believe this is what we get. It looks majorly big. It looks big. Can't wait for this to be utilized a lot in Ops. Anyways, move on. We have another crossing right here. We can get to more residential areas. Up here, a little ways up from the terminal, we have the new KC yard. Holy shit! There's a lot of new things that are added. We have a new little like fueling area right here, where the diesels can be refilled. You get a little zoomed in right there. So right here, this is where these locomotives can be refilled. Inside right here. Yeah, this is where they can be reloaded. And also does some maintenance. You can see some axles right there from locomotives. If we continue on, we see the main yard itself is majorly expanded. We see another one of those towers right here. Radio towers, little dispatch towers. These are very nice and big. Much better than the original, I do say. But I do wish it was a little bit more bigger than this. But I understand why they did this. See a little river that parallels the yard, goes up there. Now if we go up the ways a little bit, we see a little big nice junction right here. Now this kind of reminds me a lot of Santa Fe Junction, if you know what I mean. I mean, come on, does it kind of look like Santa Fe Junction almost? Come on. There had to have been a little bit of Santa Fe Junction influence. There had to have been a little influence from Santa Fe Junction in Kansas City. And Kansas City to inspire the devs and to inspire the design of the layout of this junction right here. Santa Fe Junction definitely had a part to play in when designing this area. Looks very nice. You see some signals right here, multiple different lines branch off. You see wire right here, and then lines that come down through here. All looks great. We have another yard right here. This is where Chester Trash Terminal. Yes, terminal is. This is where the trash cars This is actually where the trash cars industry is supposed to be. Here we have a little Caribbean Logistics. I'm pretty sure this is for grain. It's for like grain and shit and boxcars maybe. So this is where the trash cars are supposed to go. The loading, and then they were taken elsewhere. I'm guessing they're supposed to go to like a harbor at Casey. Supposed to go to Marine Terminal. To the Marine Port in Chester. So you can maybe use this as a little like yard right here. If you wanted to. Up here is where Casey Auto is. Is now located. And this is also kind of like a little industrial alignment. It's kind of like where the little industrial is. You see a little ethanol facility right here. Another like industry right here that looks like abandoned. Let's put off here. We have Casey Distribution, which is where boxcars are going, and I believe this is where pesticides are going. So maybe like tankers will go. And then we see Wasp Distribution, which is where I believe boxcars go, maybe. And this is where probably reefers go. There's another station right here. Another issue right here, which is Southline Distribution. This is where Southline Distribution was moved to. And then down here a little ways becomes single tracked. There's another crossing right here. Two down a little ways. Some more buildings right here, more houses, industry, little buildings right here. We have a station right here. This is pretty cool. Like station and everything. It's got some detail to it too. If you can see, if I free cam, see that this is indeed an Amtrak station. So that's pretty cool. You can see a little pointless arrow logo, but they couldn't put the Amtrak name in because they would get copyrighted. No, thanks Amtrak. I'm just kidding. I feel bad for you. And we continue down here, you see some residential buildings. And here we have a new intermodal facility. Like, it's a very tiny one. It's like pretty small. Delray Terminal. Delray Terminal? What is it? Delray Terminal. Delray Terminal, right here. It's very small. It's only like 2 tracks long. And, yeah. And if you continue down here a little ways past the terminal, there's a little loop where we can turn trains around. Alright. That area is pretty cool. Now let's go back up to the big old junction. So we go back here and we continue up this way. You can see a little cross right here. You can see some new buildings right here. You see a lot of new buildings right here. See a little billboard right here. And you can see we have a building that's under construction. We have 2 built, like a residential complex under construction. Definitely a nice place for screenshots right here. A lot of detail into these 2 buildings constructed, as well as screens. They look nice. We have a new crossing right here. Then we get to there's apartments right here, some more residential buildings. And then here we have a brand new, fully designed terminal. It's now known, it's not just Union Station anymore. Now it's just one called Casey City Union Station. It's now Crazy City Crazy City Union Terminal. That's what it's called now. You see some big buildings, as this is a city. So we have some skyscrapers, some parking garages. You can see KCUT, which is the acronym for underneath this tunnel right here. See all these platforms right here? It looks a lot like National Union Station. Kind of reminds me of Los Angeles Union Station almost. Continue down here, go by this tunnel, you can see the name right there. Crazy City Union Terminal. Continue down here, we see a major, like a big parking lot. Some other buildings that are under construction. We have the big old the big main KC area right here, which has a lot of skyscrapers. We see some parking garages, some big towers, and skyscrapers. Yeah, this area looks really nice. See some markings right there for companies. Some spires, like radio towers. Yeah, looks very nice. I love this new KC, much better than the old one. Definitely a major improvement. So this line goes underneath the town via these overpass right here, and then over here is where KC spawn, that KC spawner that I mentioned earlier, is located. And that's pretty much it for everything that the KCS map. That's pretty much all the map has to offer so far. Definitely an 8 out of 10. Definitely 10 out of 10. 100% a worthwhile update. There were some things that I'm not really too fond of. Like, I wish they didn't really change the map position so much. I feel like they could have kept it the same. But, like, honestly, it's not a big deal. Now there's that line can be used more often, and now there's not so much congestion. And now I don't know how this will play out on public servers. I don't know how much that will play out since I haven't tested on public servers yet. Since I haven't played the new update on public servers yet, so I don't know how this is going to affect public servers this much, but something tells me there's going to be a lot more congestion than there used to be. But anyways, this is not what we're here for. Now that we have all the map out of the way, we can go into some new additions that were added to the spawn menu. So we scroll down all the way to the freight car section. Scroll down a little bit more. Boom! Right here, we have some brand new additions to the game. Now let's go over the only locomotive that was added in this update. Sopdot. So Sopdot is a thing that used to be in this game, an old edition. Like I think it was like a fan-made thing that the dev came up with, but he didn't fully add into the game. It was like a community error that he came up with, and there's like AU for this game, and unfortunately it never got implemented in the game, as far as I know. Until now. He brought it back for this update. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, let's check with the F40. Now the F40 page, before we get into this locomotive was teased so long ago. Like this locomotive was teased since like earlier this year, and they finally have made their way to the game. And I can only assume that the Amtrak F40s will come eventually. Anyways, let's spawn in the Sopdot F40. And here it is. Just wow, look at it. It's peak, so I can say. As you can see, it kind of reminds me a lot of Phase 1 almost. Looks a lot like Phase 1, especially with the bloody nose, especially with the red front and the black roof. It looks a lot like Phase 1. And as you can see, it's a Sopdot right there. KC commuter right there. This locomotive is number 908. It kind of looks like they took the Phase 1 scheme and mushed it with a... What's that scheme? It looks like they took Amtrak Phase 1 and mushed it with the Milwaukee livery applied to the F45s and with the F45Cs, and they smushed and they created this livery. So that's what this new livery reminds me of. It looks like a combination of Phase 1 mixed with the RTA scheme almost kinda ish. So yeah, definitely update. You can see the front right here. Oh yeah, this is definitely what we've been needing in the game for a long time. Jeez, this one was been teased so long ago. Now it's finally making its way to the game. So if you're wondering about the new warning bell, well, about that. So this locomotive just reuses other assets that were already in this game. Oh, sorry about that. These were just locomotives that were This is just using the same horn and bell. So here's the lights, and here's the bell and horn. So he uses an E-bell, and here's the horn. So yeah, it does reuse the P42DC's horn, but I kind of did wish they could have went back and recorded a brand new F40, like a brand new K5LA sound effect. But honestly, that's completely fine. Anyways, here's the 56-foot coach, and here it is. Looks really good. Goes along with the F40s. Kind of reminds me of the Long Island Railroad coaches. You know what I mean? So it's painted in the soft livery. You can see the red ends are on the coach doors, and they have little marker lights, little red marker lights. Again, super detailed. This is our first, these are gotta be our first new, Passion rolling stock in a long while. It's been a while since we've got a new Passion rolling stock, so that's pretty good. If we got a new Passion rolling stock, excuse me, my voice is dying. That's a good shit. Yeah. Anyways, there's no new horn and bell because, again, this is a coach, not a locomotive. And as you can see, we've run into a bit of a glitch. I tried to delete it by interacting with it. It's not deleting. So the only way to delete it is you have to go to the little toggle thing and delete the rolling stock, which deletes the thing. Fortunately, but oh well. And I believe that interaction thing may be that you can actually interact and go inside the coaches, but I could be wrong. Anyways, it looks like Tank Car got updated again. So now the Tank Car 1 got a brand new update. Now it's much more detailed than it was before. New handrails, I believe the top part of the tanker itself was changed a little bit. Definitely looks like it was changed. And in general, it looks more detailed than it was before. And then we have the same variant, which is now a tank car. We have the Tank Car 3 Unit Industries version, which is from a different game, which is from another game. Which this tanker is finally making its way to Southline after a while of it being out in Detour and now in AnyRail. And I guess you could say and I think Trackside as well. You can see it looks pretty similar to the old one. I believe the only difference is that the frame looks a little different, but overall it looks mostly the same. That's the first variation. And I believe the Tank Car 2 was not changed. And as you can see, the Tank Car 2 doesn't really seem to have much changed at all. Still looks mostly the same as it was. Still looks mostly the same. Now we have a brand new piece of horn stock that was just added in this update, along with new additions in this game, of course. The Trash Car. Holy crap, this looks so clean. You see the flat car right here, which is holding up a couple of trash containers full of trash and shit. That's why they're called trash cars. These are very common up in the New York, the New York area. There's a lot of trains that run into New York and New Jersey that have these cars. And it's very nice that we finally have these in the game, because now we can recreate 62V and 63V. That's the best part. You can recreate 62V and 63V. That's so cool now. And also recreate, all the New York trains. Come on. This is a necessary addition. And I definitely like these a lot. They look really good. Although they do lack a bit of detail. Seriously, why is there no step ladders? Shouldn't there be step ladders on these? And I wish they gave I believe there's actually variations of these, but I could be wrong. I believe there's multiple variations of these, but I could be wrong. Check just real quick. No, they all look the exact same. Okay, so that's to be expected. overall, that's most of the update. That's mostly just the part of the update right now. As you can tell, a lot has changed, mostly with the map. We also got some new additions to the game, and I like this a lot. This is a 9 out of 10 update for me. Some minor there's some things that I'm not really too fond of, like I don't really like. Like I'm conflicted on how I feel about the position of Casey being moved and connected with Zenith. I'm kind of conflicted about that, but honestly, I get why it was done. And also, I'm not too fond of the spawner location. It kind of just feels it was just placed there because they didn't know where the fuck to put it. But hey, at least it makes spawning trains much more easier. I kind of wish they put the spawner over by Zenith. I think Zenith could have benefited from a spawner area right there, but honestly, it's fine as it is. And yeah, overall, I think actually my rating is now an 8.5. Good update, but there's some things that I wish could have been done a little bit better. Like I kind of wish that Zenith or the area in Zenith was like the whole Zenith area was updated like a little bit more because it feels like that one little area was just all that was changed about it or updated. I really wish they could have tweaked a little bit more in that area. Same with like Southline. I wish they could have changed a little bit more in that area as well. Like some of the areas around Southline could have been changed. But yeah. Oh, and also Diamond just kind of feels weird. Also, the Diamond should have been removed by now. I don't know why they still didn't remove it. Probably because they're gonna do that in, like updates or so. But like still, it's really not too bad of a change. It's not too bad of a update. It's not really concerning too much. I did wish that they did update a little bit more the areas or tweak a little bit more of the Zenith or the Zenith and Southline areas. But anyways, yeah. Oh, anyways, this is the update. Make sure you like and subscribe for more. What are your thoughts on the update? Put them down below in the comments below. Ring the bell to notify when new video drops, and like and subscribe for more content in the future. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. Bye, guys.